All right, looks like we are live. Let me just double check. I was gonna ask, can you post in Discord too for me?
Yeah, how do I don't have the link.
No, it's just sharing the YouTube live.
Oh, let me see. Let me see. How do I?
Oh, my phone is acting slow.
Um,
And then if you did so good with our
you
uh
which one is it?
okay, there we go. I think I can share it out now.
YouTube. On. All right. Come on. Stop.
Are we even gonna put in like people the TikTok one?
No, the YouTube one. I put it in the YouTube one. I posted it up.
Oh, that
Good.
one. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm in other people's Discord too.
Okay, cool. Y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube Grow Room. I'm about to clean my camera, y'all. Because when you look good, you feel good. When you
Okay.
feel good, you do good. Amber, hey friend.
Hi, Amber. Oh, yes. Let me make sure I'll be right in the comments to sub to you, boo, wherever you are at. Yes.
Y'all,
Love it. Love it. Okay. So I'm just getting this shared out to a couple Discords. Um,
Uh, so YouTube growth. Let's talk about it a little bit. Um, as Yella shares to the different discords, let people know we on here, we live. Um, YouTube. I feel like YouTube is a space and place where you can really romanticize your life, right? And if you're big on that, or just share your life, romanticize is just one way that people say it, but share your life. And I think that if you're going to grow a social media anywhere, YouTube is a place to do it. Also, I know that a lot of people have found that TikTok and even IG in certain instances uh, is has a faster growth rate or whatever it is. But I think that if you want to build your social media while building a community, while building a place where you are able to um, just dang, what is the word? Cultivate uh the life that you want. I think the place to do that is YouTube. You can tell a more thorough story here in YouTube. You can, and that's not only just, and it's a place where your kids can grow here and still be safe as
yes.
long as you follow certain guidelines and make sure that they're safe. It is a place where your kids can grow and start making their own revenue and all of those things too before they're even adults. So I think there's so much growth here on YouTube to be made, and it's not too late to join. It's a place where it's like you would not get a cable package from whatever cable companies next to you because a whole bunch of other people have TV
Right.
have cable. No, you would get cable. You would get HBO in your house too. So I think that YouTube is that thing
Yep.
um, where it doesn't matter how many people have a YouTube channel. you can make your own YouTube channel and you can have a community that follows you and loves you and grows with you and does all those things with you here on YouTube. Um, so I love it. So to me, YouTube is the best place to start and end when you want to start growing the YouTube, when you want to start growing your social media, for sure. Or just tell your story. It doesn't even have to be about you building up a social media. It could just be about you sharing with others and wanting to connect with them on a human level. I think YouTube is a great place to do that. You can make an hour long video, you can make a 5 minute video, but it's going to reach people. And a lot of people use YouTube for learning, uh, spending. A lot of people use YouTube to learn, but also to spend their downtime in, but still have like productive uh things that they're ingesting, and so you could be part of that too, growing on YouTube. So
No, I totally agree, Mo, because, and I think YouTube has shown to us that the longevity in it, that you can actually get money out of this, life changing money, money that is dependable, money that will show up. Clearly, there's rules and guidelines and stuff that you will learn as you are going through this journey. But once you can get over the hump of monetization, which again, they lowered it, y'all. It used to be 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers, and 10 million short views. And for the shorts, that literally means your video has to go super viral to get those hours. So even those that are on in some people are thriving on YouTube shorts, but even considering, long form, because you only need those 3,000 hours now. And that could take time because it is 1,000 public hours. That means other people watching your content for their enjoyment. So just be mindful of that. I think again they're proven for the simple sake of TikTok is amazing. They don't get me wrong, I love them down, and I hope that they don't go anywhere. But they have already, we went through this January 19th. We still got another big question mark if we're staying. So those people that are getting monetized on TikTok, which is very quickly and amazing because you will get a coin very quickly on there. That's not right now. We're not in a safe place to say that it's sustainable at this moment. Yeah. So part of that Amber is 3,000 hours. Oh, sorry. Show. Ah, look at me being technical. Ah! Thank you, Amber, for asking this question. Yes, 3,000 watch hours to get monetized. So once you start posting your content, and we encourage everybody to post their content as much as you have. If you already got an IG and TikTok, repurpose everything as much as you can that fits whatever you envision for YouTube. Repost it on here. Now you may have to change a couple songs. YouTube don't play about music. I am still learning that. Trying to get around that in the right way so I can have some more popular music on my content. But repost everything if you can. But 3,000 public watch hours by other people, and within 365 days, then you can get monetized. And I believe once you're over that hump, I don't know what that next part is overall in a sense of, Mo, if you want to hop in, you can, but I don't know what the ongoing requirements once you do pass the monetization wall. But if that is something you guys are interested in knowing, we will have to know that at some point as well. We can get that information for our next live next Sunday to let you guys know maybe a couple details on what it's like once you are monetized to see maybe if it's even worth it. Some people may not feel like it is, but it's still a safe place to create that channel that you desire.
I believe that you have to maintain a certain amount of watch hours to stay monetized per year. But once you're monetized,
It's
once you get
easier.
those 1,000 subscribers, yeah, you that the algorithm starts kicking you out to people who look for other things. So I like to watch vlogs, and I'm getting a lot of girls who just got to 1K. A lot of them kicked out to me. So once you hit that 1K subscriber and you start hitting your watch hours, I believe the algorithm kicks you out to more people, and so it makes it easier for you to get those watch hours. But before that, they want to see that you're putting in the work, putting up the videos, that people actually are interested, that you're putting up content that is actually like in guideline of YouTube.
It's not hard.
It's not too much you could do to be out the guideline or not keep your video, but it's some things.
No, of course. And just be appropriate, guys. Like if you really want to be successful in this and just, morale and dignity and self-respect, you can be successful in doing things the right way, and it doesn't have to be cringe or pranky or somebody getting harmed or just, overly too much. A lot of people are very successful on here, and maybe that's hard to believe sometimes. You kind of just see the people being a tad bit on the extra side. But just like the news, they only show the bad stuff. There's a lot of positives to YouTube, and all that good stuff. And I did want to share with that as well, Amber. It's different levels of monetization. Now it could be the views. It can be now you can get super chats when you're live, meaning people paying for comments. So if you ever watch somebody's live and they're monetized at a certain point, so I watch Kendra G singles. Now it's a little hot mess, but I like it. Okay, I like it. I love it. But a lot of people will pay for chats. So while she's live doing her thing, it encourages her to be like, oh, let me read this paid comment. You can also sell products at some point. You can also, now when you start getting the good views, then you can start getting ads.
You can start putting a product at 500 followers. Like once you have 500, you can
Oh
start
yes,
putting in your product. So if you have something that's already set up, like t-shirts, different things like that, you can start following them into there. I need to start working on that myself. I
no,
believe it's 500
yeah,
followers.
definitely a lot of steps to that. But and then even Mo, like I said, I love what you shared last time of being able when you were doing this way back when, and how different monetization was
Yeah.
compared to now, especially as more people hop on and they're making it more accessible to people. That also means that you still have to do your part in a sense because a lot of people are doing this. So come in, just being you and attract who is within that world. I like to call it worlds within social media because my husband is part of the Pokemon world, as you all can see, and he has a very, very strict a niche, as YouTube loves to say, social media a niche. He has a niche. His channel is very nichey with the
Mhm.
Pokemon stuff. My channel, you don't know what you're gonna see. So, but that world. So, and I'm not saying be mindful because do what you love, but do be mindful that each world brings a different audience. His world easily the views, the comments, people are engaging. They are just like that in that world. But then you have certain worlds where it's a little bit more quiet, or that world may be a little bit smaller because Pokemon is a big deal. It's
Yeah.
world. It's one of the very few things that I call very positive. Where when you think about Pokemon, it's one of the very few things you don't hear about race or violence or any all the crazy stuff. It's really just Pokemon, and the world loves to have fun with it. So that's what makes it beautiful.
And
So
it goes across people's lifetime from like 50-year-olds down, because there are children who might be Amber's age who are really little, but there are people who are 50-year-olds. They all like Pokemon. They all want to, they all want to collect. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, definitely take some notes. I mean, not a YouTube specialist, but I have been doing YouTube
not.
since
We are
2013.
not. Thank you, Mo. I'm like, we are not. We are creating a space so we can all do this together. We
Yeah.
may have a couple more amazing subscribers, but we really want to create the space so we can do this together. We can start together. We can look back and laugh. And like, girl, remember when I posted that video? Remember that edit? That's
Yeah.
why we're doing this. So it's not too late. Amber literally had one made hers and had one subscriber. Girl, now you got two because I already subscribed to you. And that's how we go. So I just had to put that in there because we are not pros. We are. It's very much we're holding hands and we're not standing in front of you in this space right here.
That's right. I've been doing this since 2013, and I started doing it because I wanted to share my experience with a tough experience. And the reason why I even shared the tough experience is because I looked on, I don't know how I came across YouTube because nobody talked to me about it, but I came on YouTube and I just searched in there the experience that I was dealing with. And then I came across so many women who went through that experience and they were making videos about it. They were sitting down like this, making a video and telling everybody their whole experience, what happened when they walked in the door, when what happened when the doctor said that, what everything. And then they would come back and make a part 2 video. Um you have gained learn, yes. But they'll come with a part 2 video and tell us how this happened. And then I was seeing that they was making videos and they were saying, oh, me and my husband are experiencing this good thing. And then I was seeing they making videos about their everyday life. I was like, oh, they're like really living their life. They're not doing no crazy stuff, weird stuff. Because YouTube videos used to be a talking cat or something weird, like. But I was seeing real people live their life, go through ups and downs, show them, and I really was intrigued by that. And then came, the Love and Hip Hop on TV, and I was not watching that. I was like, I'm not renewing no kind of cable. I'm not watching that. I'm going, I want to live this kind of life, a happy life. So for me, YouTube started in 2013 because I saw those people being genuine and sharing their life. And I wanted to do that too. I wasn't going to come on here and sing a tune, play the guitar, and that's the other thing that people was doing on here. I wasn't gonna do no talking cat video, but I could do what I could do was be genuine and be me because that's who I am. And so I liked that, and what that led me to was a really big array of people. Then we had the movement where everybody went natural. Y'all, I had a perm for 2 years of my whole life. That whole movement, y'all was putting too much shea butter in that hair. But I'm mama bit. That was too much. That was washing y'all hair with conditioner. If you don't get that shampoo, girl. But anyway, that's just a joke. But they had that whole movement. They had the makeup movement, like Amber mentioned earlier. She wanted to figure out how to do a makeup look. Um, you can find that on YouTube. Man, I wanted to learn how to cook this thing from Zimbabwe. Literally, I can learn how to make this certain dish from Zimbabwe. I can learn how to do those things. And so I just felt like YouTube creates this place where you can connect with the rest of the world, like real people living real life like how you are. So in saying that, like, I wanted us to be able, when Yella brought this to me, I really liked the idea because I wanted to be able to connect with people who are starting out, who are really going after it, and maybe even help change perspective on some of the things that we associate YouTube with, because we might associate YouTube with talking cat. I don't know what you still associate with it, but or you might think it's harder to do than it is. You might feel like, oh, I have to edit a whole bunch of stuff and I got things to do. I got this, or I'm scared for people to see my face and all of that. And you can you could become monetized. You could make a community without even showing your face,
Exactly.
or without having to make videos where you edit. You can, if you want to sit down and talk about something and you have something to share and something of value to give to people, you can do that and make a 5 minute, 10 minute straight video. People gonna watch it. They're gonna watch it. There's some young girl who wants to hear what you have to say, some young boy who wants to hear what you have to say. So I think that it was important to me that we do that. So if you have any thoughts or any like kind of ideas that you kind of had running through your mind about what kind of videos you would make or whatever, you can definitely share them. And I wish, with the fact that I'm like so into YouTube and only pretty much watch YouTube, I probably seen videos that are like that, and I could share some ideas about how you could go about it, maybe, or some thoughts, just rapid fire. I could do that for you. That's never a problem. I don't even know how I have followers. I had YouTube for the kids to watch it, so I might have followed you back, Amber. That might
Yeah,
be
and
me.
I was gonna say too, Amber, don't even worry about that. And the fact is, like, technically, like I said, I had 12 subs on Christmas, and now I'm at like 642 or something. Very, very grateful. 647, something like that. But I posted. Now I took social media seriously January of this year, but I had those toe qualities because I attempted this one time prior about 3 years ago. So I have like a video, especially during my weight loss journey. So I was definitely bigger, and we went to a cruise from Long Beach to Ensenada. Now it's in short form because the girl editing was not even close to where it's at now, and it still ain't close to where it need to be. But you can start at any point, and the fact that you were just using this as a watching channel is still a great clean slate where there nobody has any idea about you still, so you can create this to wherever you want it to be if you want it to be something. So as you're just learning, and we encourage you, both everybody, if you want to do something on YouTube specifically, one of the best ways to research that, because I am going to enter a new component into my, well, not a new component, but like a new discussion within my content, because I'm just all about living your best life, feeling your best self, doing a product, an experience, whatever that looks like for you, because we all deserve to be happy, right? And that looks differently for us. So being able to watch the videos you're interested in producing. Do you want to do a group setting? Do you want to do a solo setting? Do you just want to look at the camera? Do you want to? A lot of people are very helpful and very transparent to their journey, especially when it's something specific. So look at those people who are successful in what you want to do and see if they'll be like, hey, I think I could do this, or that, like people that love to cook. Do y'all know how hard it's to film to cook? To
Yeah.
film yourself cooking is so. Shout out to the people that got the setup and the patience and the stopping every 5 seconds to get the different angle. Shout out to y'all, boo boo, because I my patience is zero. And then Amber said, I'm intimidated. It's very much intimidating at first, but I think every new challenge that we look at is intimidating. So I think once we learn the details and the process, and we get just more information on it. So when we're intimidated, we just don't have enough information. That's how I see intimidation. And
Yeah.
once we have enough information, then it's very much like, do I want to do this or do I not want to do this? And that's just you asking, is this in alignment with what I want? So
Yeah.
that is a
How
very
much do I want to invest into? Like maybe I could do sometimes. Yeah, when you don't have the information, sometimes you feel like, oh, this is going to take over my life, and it don't have to. It don't have to. She Amber wrote some more, and I definitely want to touch on what she's saying there.
oh yeah, sorry, I was just
No,
one.
no,
There
no,
we
no
go.
worries, no worries, no worries. So from what you're saying there, and obviously this is me already know seeing your social media and seeing like your stories and stuff on IG. Like really, you actually make content already, and the only difference is you put it in your stories, right? So yeah, ignorance is a silent killer. That's a fact. Specifically for that idea, I was I want to do that because I cook nice, easy, simple meals that are flavorful, but it's hard and I hate my yeah. Don't worry about that, friend. Um for real, what I'm saying is you make stories and you show them and they're clear. And so if you can make a 15-second video of what you're making from the first of when you season it to when you put it in a pan to when you take it out the pan to when you plated it, that's not even a full minute, and you made
Yeah,
a video on how you did that. And then you could take the plate to the table and show the babies putting a spoon in there, and you could probably make a full minute short on how you made dinner. Make dinner with me. Boom, boom, boom. That's that you made shorts, and people watching shorts more than they're watching long form videos right now, right?
right,
And the long form videos that you make, you don't have to worry about your everyday life. You can do sit down talks where you talk about it for 5 or 10 minutes, the things that you do with your kids and for your kids. And there's something called a B roll that you probably already know about. B roll is the videos that you take when you're out with the kids, taking them to the park or doing things with the kids. I'm just talking about specific to what Amber's like the thought about navigating life with kids who have the diagnosis and all of that. you take videos of them and pictures of them. So now you doing your sit down and you can show videos um alongside of you just sitting down and talking about the things you do with them, and show when you were doing that with your son or doing that with your daughter.
If I can add to that right quick with that video, because I can't acknowledge at first, because I went all in almost to everything. And then once they said TT might shut down in January, I said, okay, I need to focus on these other platforms, and YouTube is definitely it. So I've been trying to manage all these platforms. So every time I'm out now, I'm constantly like boom, 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 short, long form, short, long form. So I'm trying to get all this content, and then like in the you don't want to miss the moment, so don't be too hard on yourself either. Like just capture the moment. Now, if you could talk on camera, it does make editing easy later because then everything's done for the sake of the audio and the visual. But then sometimes you may like, hey, I said too much right there. I'm not comfortable sharing that. You could always mute your audio, or like, you know what? I didn't realize this person said this over here, so I'm gonna. You can mute that audio and then do a voiceover, so you still have the visual, and then you can always correct that. So in a sense of, don't stop yourself from filming, because I can acknowledge it was a lot, especially even trying to, when we were on vacation, we were trying to enjoy it as much as well while we were also trying to capture it. But when you're truly enjoying yourself, your phone is nowhere to be found. So you're trying to at least remember within that second to capture the moment still, while also still being present in the moment. And as you do it more, it does get easier.
Yeah. An example, Amber, of somebody. She call him Ty. His name is Tyler. He's on the spectrum, and he was nonverbal uh when he was younger, and she showed his progress. Now his mother showed his progress. Now she would take different videos and different pictures and stuff. She didn't have like up to date videos. She wasn't vlogging that whole time, but she talked about Tyler. She showed him herself having conversations with Tyler, and his how he responds back to her. And she would just write in the beginning. She just writes in the beginning, Tyler is has this diagnosis. If you got a problem, leave. Don't say nothing mean, whatever. Because I guess people being mean at first. But she would say in the just because I think that's also another thing that intimidates people. Like if the people are going to be mean, and yes, you're going to run into that. Plain and simple. I made my video. The video that I made in 2013 that I talked about was about me going into early labor and losing my children. Do you know that the first comment was somebody calling me a harlot? I erased it. I deleted it. Well, it was some nasty old church man who was saying it happened because you wasn't married. Well, sir, that's deleted. So yes, people are going to say something mean, and you can delete them and block them. And don't be intimidated to share, because there are thousands and thousands of moms and dads and grandparents and aunties who's and uncles who's have these children who need to see how you work with your children and still go to work and still deal with your own life and all of these things. And I know another part of it is um Amber talked about getting your pink back. She's the one who taught me that, where flamingos, when they have babies, they feed their babies, they give them all these nutrients. And the reason why flamingos are even pink is because there's a certain kind of thing that they eat in their environment that turns them pink. They're really just a white bird. And when they have a baby, the mothers, they lose their pink, because they're giving all the nutrients to the baby. So she talks about this as a mom trying to get her pink back, get back to her. So that is a very big thing. I'm sure so many people need, and not only as a mom, as a person who's gone through something traumatic, you need to get your pink back because you lose. As a person who's gone
Right.
through who's starting something new and it's scary, you need to get your confidence back, get you back. They need to hear those kind of things. So just small little tidbits about that on your daily basis. You talk into your camera just a little bit of what you feeling, how you doing that day, can help you create short form content, and you don't worry about the long form content right now, and that's okay.
And I think too, like Mo said, and for you, Amber, with that especially, is there's an audience for everything, and now this is not. I'm gonna stay foot down on this as we continue this journey. That I don't believe all content is content, but a lot of content is great content, especially when there is a world of people that can connect with you. Because a lot of people that are successful, there's different categories you fall in. You can fall in entertainment, you can fall in educational, but the biggest one that people fall into is relatability. And when you can find those people that could truly relate to you, the magic that can happen, the answers that you can provide them, the blessings of just seeing somebody else overcome whatever it is that they're going through, right? And so you being able to provide that information and shine light on that, I think is beautiful. So, and you get to create that narrative how you want to create it too. So being able to show that, your children, whatever diagnosis it is, that they're still living their best life with their parents, having a good time, still thriving, but this is what we do in the middle, and these are all the various components we do in the middle of everything to be able to make this work. So you could really give parents a general idea. Because I say this all the time. We were just talking about this in our book club. I am not a parent, but I have worked with at risk youth for many, many years, social work, psych ward, all these places, right? And even though I could relate very much, when it came to parents asking for help, I was always very transparent. Hey, I had no children come out of me. So even though I could fully comprehend what you're going through, I cannot fully understand what you're going through for the simple fact of the something that I made and birthed, and now I'm worried at 2 o'clock in the morning because ABCD. If like I can't fully, so me understanding that and being able to connect them with resources that connect them with other parents that have been through the same thing. Because again, that relatability aspect of it, right? Somebody telling you how to get your doctorate, but they didn't even go through it. Like we don't listen to that. So yeah, I think you got something special, and then focus on what you want to focus on. Show with the short term. Start with the short term, try out long form. Try the 5 minute videos, try the hour videos. It's literally been trial and error for me and literally just testing stuff out these last couple months. What do people like? What don't people like? People like this, but it's not getting a lot of traction. But because I like it, I'm still gonna post it. So even if it's just for me right now, I tell Mo all the time because she had such a strong structure back then. Maybe it was just bad timing, or just YouTube was so different back then, even though she was getting some coins back then. Shout out to her because it definitely seemed different and easier.
Yeah.
When they go to your her page, they're seeing all that old content. They also see how she talks now, seeing how consistent she is within what she preaches, how she moves, how she thinks, how she overcomes, to show people, to also gain that trust, to be like, hey, this person's been very consistent with her content, even if there was a couple years break, enough where I want to follow her, and I trust what she says because she's also practicing what she preached. Because we also know on social media it doesn't work like that. And then
Yeah.
Shanae said, YouTube is an unknown world for me. Anytime I post motivational shorts, it seems to take, well, no, and we who I love, this world is chaotic, but it's been a lot of people being more positive and getting more healthy lately. So positive mentally and more healthy physically. So there is an audience for that for sure. And then I always make an assumption that I don't do anything interesting enough for long form content. And that's just not true. But it is
Yeah.
also what you're willing to invest in. What are you willing to talk about for an hour? I have my garden that I could get plenty of content on. I need to get it together. But it's like I could do an hour talking about it, but I know for me to do any content, especially long form, I have to be in the mood for that. So yeah, what do you feel about this? Because I think this is a very appropriate statement that we all go through, that we could feel, but it's also us actually doing long form content ourselves. I also feel like it's easier when you're fully interested, overly interested in something, to film it and set that time aside to film it.
Yeah, I have big thoughts about that. My big thought is you don't have to do things for a long time to make the video. And I know the word is long form, but long form now it means 3 minutes or more. Uh, but before it meant 1 minute or more. If it was over 1 minute, that was long form because shorts was very very short. Now they're 3 minutes. So I think that you can sit down and reflect the same way that you reflect by yourself in the car on the way somewhere, or when you sit in the car before you go in the house or whatever it is, Shanae, and sit down and tell us, take 3 to 5 minutes talking about something or reflecting on something that you learned today or reflect on a great conversation that you had. And I think that part of it is your voice. You have a soothing voice. So when you do like voiceovers and stuff like that, or even when you're talking on your TT video and you're showing us something, like you have a soothing voice, I think that people are going to sit and listen, and they're going to also hear wisdom from what you're saying, even if you feel like you're not saying nothing that is super important. Is somebody who need to hear it. You're going to have a perspective, and you're not going to realize your perspective is that different from a lot of people until you say stuff out loud. Sometimes that happens to me. I feel like it happens to me a lot when I'm saying something. I'm like, actually, when you think about this and this and this, how the sun hit the thing, and people like, wow, Mo. Like I was not gonna think of it that way, and not in a way like making fun of me. It's really like, wow, you really have a different perspective, a
Yeah.
open thinking on things, and sometimes we don't realize we have that until we start speaking up, and that really be the biggest thing. So if you see that people are interested in seeing positive things, I feel like you probably have a lot of positive things to share. And you recognize when people have, they don't got a lot to say, um and you know that there's a perspective shift that they might need to have, that you can just comment on and say, for whatever reason, I see that people who are in the car driving or talking in the car, having just you know, uh talk with me kind of videos, people really listen to them. They get a lot of views is what I'm saying on YouTube. So for whatever reason, people like that. um oh, no, your voice is good.
Oh, Shanae, and your point, and mind you, this is also going to be a recorded job because, again, every Sunday we will be going back and forth between me and Mo until we feel like paying for StreamYard because that's until we feel like it. Okay. But, so some people we do know as we're starting out because a lot of our community is still working on our YouTube. And we hope new people come in. So some people we do know, and the new people coming in, we'll get to know y'all too. So we will post your comments up here and just have a conversation. But again, we're speaking highly of some of these our beautiful people in here because we do know them personally. And one thing I can't say about Shanae, and the one thing I love about going to Shanae content is that other part that I said that people really thrive off of is that relatability. When Shanae talks, I relate. I'm like, girl, I understand. Even if it's something I haven't thought of for a while or something I invented, I'm like, oh my god, I completely felt that way last time that happened. So everything you post is that you definitely give off that relatable vibe, which brings that comfort, which brings that trust within your content. And yeah, your voice is amazing, girl. But I feel you because I be sounding like I'm like in a cartoon, like so yeah, I hate my voice. So I think that's just maybe subconsciously we're all like that because the first time I heard my voice on camera in school when they were trying to film us like talking in front of people, I was like, oh, that sounds horrible.
crazy, right?
I want to go to Amber right quick. I've always been really big on documenting my life and experiences in video and pictures, which I love because for a long time, I was not like that. So nice to. I love people who were always love people who were like that because I really don't have much from me growing up. 1,000% understandable. So I have content. Um,
I'm just intimidated about putting stuff out there and
yes.
wanting things to be perfect. Yeah. So I have I also have a theory on this. Ain't nobody gonna see that. Ain't nobody gonna see the first whatever amount of videos that you're making that you think need to be perfect before you put them out on your YouTube. Cause cause ain't nobody following us yet. Okay.
Perfect is
And
so subjective.
when I say that, I'm saying I don't care if we have 1,000 followers. I don't care if we have 2,000. We have 3,000. I right now, like I said, there's people whose stuff is getting kicked out to me. There's a guy right now who he does videos on IG. He got over 30K since December until now on IG, and on YT he has 3K. He just got to 3K. I saw him move from 300 to 1,000 to 3K. And you know what? Y'all don't know who he is, and you, because everybody ain't gonna see that. And the videos that he made from the beginning until now, they've gotten better. None of them, and they're still
And that, but we have to stop. I think
them
with
up
social
and
media,
not worry about that part. That's my whole thing. You can put them up and not worry about perfection. You put them up as they are and you grow as you keep doing it. Because if you wait to be perfect, you're not going to get better at the editing, at how you put them up. Don't worry about the schedule. Don't worry about none of that. Just put up the first video and see how you like it and enjoy it and read and watch it back. And then once you do that, you'll realize that whether 100 people watched it or three of your friends that knew you made it watched it only halfway through the video, it's fine because you're gonna see, okay, I see what I'm doing here, and then you work from there. Don't worry about being perfect. Ain't nobody seeing that yet, and
well,
it's fine.
and I think too, when we're talking about truly growing an audience and a community and stuff like that, as much as you may not want it to be personal in some aspect, it does become personal, especially depending on what kind of content you are producing. So, with that being said, your community is growing with you. I find a lot of people later on, especially when it's like gaming or something. I'm in a lot of different worlds, y'all. Just it's all the stuff. That's why it's three different little categories down there. But so one of the communities is gaming. So I found somebody. His name is Corey Kinchin. He's amazing. He's a black gamer. He's been on YouTube a very long time. But it's just nice to see, even when he does a flashback or some of his old videos pop up. And it's literally like, oh my God, you just really get to see how much somebody has grown. You got to see their commitment, their consistencies, their fails, their ups, their downs. And I think it's just a testimony. So just post, like, regardless, when you start a new job, you're not going to be the best person at that new job. You're not going to know the cash register system right away. You're not going to know where everything is at. So really give yourself that grace. And then one thing I'm learning for myself this year was a lot of stuff that I'm doing, and I encourage everybody is don't boo yourself off the stage before you allow the audience to cheer you on. And I'm very bad at that. Like, get off immediately, please. Get off. Who told? Were you allowed here? I gotta ask. It's like, be nice, girl. You deserve
Yeah,
it. You did it for a reason. And not
yes,
like I'm a very positive person when I talk to other people, but me, I am my hardest critic as well as my biggest cheerleader. So sometimes it really is that devil and angel. Just who's winning today?
yeah.
Hopefully this side don't win, or whatever side, whoever's sitting on what side. You know what I mean? But it's
I had
really,
to learn how to talk to myself too. It's true.
yeah, because we like, why? Who am I? And first of all, now I am very aware person. I know I'm not entitled to nothing. I have to earn everything, so I'm not a delulu in that aspect. But we do got to be a little delulu to do social media, because you do have to put yourself out there enough and just trust the right people will find you. Because honestly, I only want the right people to find me. So
Yeah,
that means, if for to not have a million followers, but I don't have to deal with the shenanigans, the weirdos, people get stalkers sometimes on here. It really could turn left. So if I got to do it the right way and it take time, and that just means I got the right people, then I'm okay with that. When I first started looking at these numbers, I was a little heartbroken. Like, who's the five followers and what are their social security numbers of who unsubscribed to me? I want it all. I want every piece of information on them. And then,
say it all, look, girl up.
why would you go out of your way and do that, boo boo? Like, what did I do to you, huh? But it's not anything. And once I got okay with that, then God blessed you with 10 more followers that stayed. So it's really just, you got to figure out how to deal with those little ups and downs within it. But it is possible. But I think right now you got to be, for what has helped me grow. Even with IG is so personal. I know so many personal people on IG. I be on vacation, they don't like nothing. But 6 months later, they be like, "Oh, girl, everything been popping." But I'm like, "Why didn't you just like it?" So you
Yeah,
understand. Not everybody understands the social media world now, whether it's intentionally hating or they just don't understand. So they really do love it and they love you, but they just don't like and they don't comment. And you got to figure out how that works for you, and how do you want to manage that, because you gotta just be fearless and uncomfortable. So now I post fearlessly on IG. And I'm like, this is for whoever it's meant to be for, and then I keep it pushing. And if people see it and like it, they do. And if people don't see it and they don't like it, I mean, it is what it is. You got to be okay with it.
and we're gonna get more into the like self improvement, confidence part of it in further in later lives. But definitely there's a book that we're going to be going over called The Four Agreements, and you definitely
Yes.
take it personal, even though it can be personal. You have to, this doing something like this, being an entrepreneur, being
Yeah.
okay, because I'm speaking to people, we all on different parts of life, but being in entrepreneurship, being a mom, being somebody's partner, being somebody's wife, being single at 40 is all a confidence builder because you've never done this way before. Your
Yeah.
kids have never been this age before this day. You have never been this wife before this day. You have never been this 40-year-old single in 2025 before today. You have never done this before, and it's life is about building confidence. So when you're doing something and this is new and you're going to YouTube and you're like, this is intimidating, or I don't know, people care to hear my voice, or I'm doing this and I'm seeing the girlies doing. When I say the girlies, I mean the girlies in their little 20s. They perky and they cute and they all of that, and I'm still
Oh,
doing it at 40. I can easily say I'm washed. It's no more of that for me, and let me just go to my 9 to 5. But no, I've got something to say. And them girlies, when they find me, they're gonna gravitate towards me because I'm them, but at 40, and I'm sure this is what they want. Okay, the skin is plump. It's the hair is lush. No, all right. I'm chill. But I think we all have to recognize that if we're gonna do this, it's new. But we have to be okay with it feeling uncomfortable and feeling like it hurts as we go, because it's building our character and it's building our confidence, and it really is getting to us to the point where, like, I can say I've been doing this since 2013, but then there's certain things that about YouTube that just I don't even think about the intimidation part. I'll be like, oh, that's true, because I don't even think about that part because I put myself out there, and I had to say, for the first couple of years when I was putting out videos on YouTube, every time I was about to post, I felt stupid. I felt embarrassed. I felt like I was embarrassing myself. I hoped nobody that I knew saw it. I hope that uh I kind of, I guess, a little bit like mental and emotional self-sabotage was like, I hope nobody sees it and it goes bad and I could just get over wanting to do this, and I just stop when I see it's not going to work. I felt all those things, but because my confidence and my understanding about how it works and my understanding of self was still needing to grow and needing to be built. So even if it feels, even when you are putting up your first video and you're like, what did I do? What am I doing? Post it.
yeah.
Post it anyway, because you're going to get used to it and you're going to see your growth. I see my growth now. I like
And
Yella
they
says,
don't like it.
like
That's simple.
I've grown. And so, and sometimes sometimes, yeah, while it's happening you don't see that, but later on, oh man, it's so good to one other thing too. I was talking to my father's wife this weekend, and she was like, I she has two masters, and she put them up on the wall, and she's like, I feel like I'm about to take them down because I feel like it's pretentious. And me and my perspectives, I was like, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Don't put them down ever, because you might not see, because you live in everyday life with us, me and my sister, and we might not show our appreciation for that. But I know I looked at your diplomas a lot of times and said, okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going to school. I'm going to get there. I'm going to have one of those one day. So whether or not I say it out loud to you, don't put them down. It's not pretentious, and you shouldn't feel stupid because you achieved those things, and you in turn uh inspired your daughters and the women who came after you to do the same thing. So
I love that.
don't take them down. So sometimes we do things and we wanna shy away from it, or we feel like, this is
I just
no
think the negative
part.
people in the community has ruined that. I think a lot of the haters and the bums, I said it, a lot of the haters and bums, whoever that was in your life, family member, friend, schoolmate, whatever, I think a lot of those people, no, I'm so serious. When you look back, when we talk about school bullying and stuff, like a lot of that just comes because somebody's jealous of you. So they make you and your program, and we all experience in some kind of different form. Let's say it could come from anybody, school, family, friends. And it just makes you feel like, oh, I shouldn't be celebrating myself, but you should absolutely celebrate yourself. You know what? So much. I think everybody don't just focus on your end goal. Have those extra milestones in between so you
Yeah.
can feel and see your progress. And you can celebrate in the middle of it because some people be so tunnel vision at the end. And shout out to people that could do that. But me, I need to stop when if I'm running a 5K, I will stop at least 100 times, and I'm going to celebrate every mile, every post, every street I pass, every sign I pass, because that was what made me get to that point. So for
Yeah.
those that cannot function in that capacity where it's just focused on the big goal, it's okay. There's so much to celebrate in between that. And then I also, Shanae wrote, I definitely get in my head about that. We all do. It's so normal. Even the people that are getting paid buku money right now off of here are still trying to figure out how to navigate, especially also when you get to a certain level where the money start pouring in and you're like, I don't know how to do this, and should I get this, and how fast should I move? Even once you start getting money, there's so many aspects. So I think, like most said, if we're always seeing it as or changing our having that paradigm shift to, I'm in my head and thinking that you aren't capable or worthy of it, you transition that to, oh, this is just new, and now I have to figure out how this fits into my life, or the law changes, so now we got to figure out how to follow the law even though we've been doing the same shit. Maybe a driving law change. I remember when they first said that we couldn't talk on cell phones no more, but I remember growing up and everybody was just all up in the car, and then you know how hard that was psychologically. Like now illegal. That first couple years, they got buku money off the people arrested. You're on your phone. It just happened. Let us adjust. Let us adjust. So it's so easy to get in our heads, and that's so normal. And I pry on that because we always feel like, oh, that's just me. There's
Yeah.
no anybody else is going through this. Trust me, a million people
All
are.
it's all of us. And I think that to you know I think that even to go back what I was saying about people are gonna comment mean things, and sometimes we be so scared of that mean comment that we won't share the stuff that other people need to see in this world. They need to see somebody like Amber who's momming, um, and on momming on the spectrum, right? Let's say that's a series that she makes, momming on the spectrum, momming with the spectrum, right? And they need to see that, but we don't put that up because we scared somebody gonna call our kid a name or call us a name or say we're doing it wrong. And you know, the the other side of that I saw, that same exact video that I talked about, the person called me a harlot. I said, brother, where you from? Where, what part? What time did you come from? This got to be Satan himself. We don't even talk like that. um, but you know what? To this day, I kid you not, to this day, I still get email notifications that somebody has left a comment. I just lost my baby and I'm so glad I found your video. That video been up since 2013. Y'all, right? So a lot of younger women or whatever the age is, they just I just lost my baby at 18 weeks. I lost my baby at 20 weeks. I don't know what to do right now. I left the hospital. The father is this, the father, right? So for that one and I swear to you, I remember that comment obviously because it was mean and it was nasty, and it was me telling a story about not only something that I couldn't control and I had anxiety attacks about for every day for years, um, about that PTSD, whatever you're gonna call it, was that being somebody's comment, being just with no empathy, but uh, the fact that there are people years and years later that are still going through something that happened to me in 2011, that happened to me in 2011, that I made a video about, that can see that video and feel a little bit of solace. When I was watching those videos, when I got on YouTube, when I was feeling how they was feeling, I needed those girls to say, I didn't know that this happened to women like this. I knew that people lost babies, but I didn't know to this. Some people were having babies full term and lost their baby, whatever it is. I was finding all kind of videos at that time, at that point, but I was able to not feel alone. So for those young or those other women who came to my video years later, a decade later, and found that video, it was worth deleting that one harlot comment. Now I might not never forget it, but I'm not gonna take it to heart. And I don't even know what that person was, if that was a human being, because who does that? So I think that we see things on such the large scale because that we know that we are some of those people who can get that million followers. Something in us tells us that, oh, what's going to happen when I get a million? Because you can. That's where that fear comes from. Because God told you you could get a million subs here for doing how you doing, and you get scared. What's going to happen if I get a million? They gonna be mean to me. Oh, because you have 30 right now. So, you're going to get a million. That's cool, and do it, because 900K is going to need what you said. And the nasty people, you can block them.
Yeah.
You can block them. And know that it's about them and it's not about you. So that piece, when it comes to us personally, how we feel about how we doing things and what we're going to do, we do have to do the inner work for sure on a larger scale, but really on a more micro scale, ain't nobody gonna see it yet until you start. When your videos start getting better, then more people see it. And if you really want to go back in private, some of the first videos you can, because I know I have like 20 videos or more that's private, that's not up on my thing anymore. And
And then I think to
it really
add to
it
that,
just all the way mesh, because I was showing like 99-cent store makeup and stuff. Like, I was just trying to do everything, because that's when you can
yeah.
get paid for just making a video. So I was just making everything, and I'm not never gonna come over
And
here and
that's
show
why
you.
we wanted to encourage people on both sides, because you got I know Amber, like you said, you just kind of had yours for the back end for the kids. I know, a girl, Simply C. She just made. We like, girl, just make the channel and come. Literally everything else will fall in place. And then there's the people that, I only have one or two, but I can acknowledge that my YouTube was up for a while. So even a couple videos I did post it, I only had those 12 subs for the 2-3 years that I just stopped touching it after I posted, right? So that's why we want to let everybody know again, like, this is a safe place for everybody, no matter, maybe, Mo just mentioned somebody that she enjoyed watching on YouTube that took a break, which, shout out to the people that know when it's time to take a break and that they actually take that break and they know when they are okay with whatever they come back to, because if it's meant to be by God, then it will meant to be by God. So even Mo said, watching that person come back and then just be back in routine just like that, and those
Yeah,
people supported. I came from the Twitch community at some point, and I saw a couple of people that did great and they got to Twitch partner, because that's the goal over there, right, for most people. And they left for a while, but the minute they came back, those same 100 views came back just like that. So sometimes it's depending on, when you're going through this journey, what are you focusing on and what do you want out of it? I don't know what I fully want out of this, because I'm kind of addressing this as a you kind of don't know what your options are. So I'm really just, while I'm going through trial and error and just posting. And again, this is also the time to make the mistakes, because they're so small that they're not even going to be noticed. And YouTube will tell you if it's a YouTube mistake, and then you will know, like, kind of like, oh, maybe this need to be edited better, or whatever the case may be for that point. But is, what are you focusing on? I don't have like certain numbers. I'm here for the substance aspect. It. I want the community. I just want dope people around. I want dope people from different corners of the world. I love that one friend knows this, but one friend knows this. I love that one friend specializes in this, but then one friend has experienced this. I want to root people on, and I want to have that same thing. I want the engagement. I want, I don't. I see people with a million followers, but then when they go live, they have 4 views. I don't want that. I have 600 followers and we have 4 views right now. And I am happy with that, because look at the substance. Look at the great conversation we're having with great people. So
yeah,
I do want to grow, but I want that to grow with that. And that's standing on your morals, doing what makes you happy, doing what's right, and, staying positive and being patient at the same time. So kind of one of those old school sayings of just kind of be careful what you ask for, because then some people get that and then they aren't prepared, whether it was spiritually
Yeah.
prepared, financially prepared, physically prepared, mentally prepared. Because when you are asking to reach certain levels of the social media thing, it does come at a price, and not all of those costs are financial. It's your
Yeah.
family. I know since doing social media these couple months already, every little free ounce of the little ounce of free time I got, I feel like it has to go to content, whether it's me commenting, liking, engaging, you know, meeting deadlines, because now I'm getting free samples and I'm working with brands, and now I got to make space for other stuff that was filling my cup up, and making sure that my cup is filled to present myself in in a certain manner.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that, Mo? Or how even like restarting, just say since January this year, how has content been for you starting this year so far, and everybody else in the chat? Because we watch your guys' content already, no matter what platform you're focusing on more. How has content, how has all this been feeling for you guys?
Um, for me, I feel like building community like this and being part of community like this has helped me grow my channel, and specifically my channel, but also opening my perspective to doing things different ways, taking the same content and flipping it different ways. I talked about this last week, but I'm gonna repeat it again because we definitely need that. And I feel like if Amber is still on, this probably could help her too. But for all of us, just flipping the same content and making it different things. Because Amber mentioned consistency is another issue. Um, and okay, and so you don't have to do the same thing every time. You don't have to do a lot of stuff every time. You can do one thing and get enough content from that one thing and flip it into different types of videos. So for me, I feel like opening my perspective in that way has helped me build better on my channel. I got like over 200, maybe 300 subscribers since I started back in December. And maybe a lot of that was being part of discords and stuff. But that's cool too because I've kept them. And the views could be better. I'm working on it. But also, building the subs has helped build my motivation to go back up to it. So for me, like when we think about consistency and when we think about those things, I was trying to find, and I thought I wrote it down in this book, but maybe I didn't, and that's fine because I already know what I'm saying. Um, when we think about consistency and maybe not having all the time to redo these different things or whatever, we can make these videos with the B rolls, and we can make a one thing become 10 videos. One thing you're doing, and you don't have to do it over and over again just to make them 10 different videos, right? So I said I was gonna do a oh, I think I talked about Disney last time. I think that's what I can't remember, but
Preparing for Disney, like, so setting your community up to know and inviting new people to basically just come along for a journey with you. And so the earlier you know, start announcing if you got a trip or an event or a wedding or just whatever it is, because then people are like, oh, I can't wait to see, I can't wait to see. And then that anticipation, and so what? You got to sub 2 months earlier, and you don't have to wait till I edit it after I film it. But you have a time when you watch it.
so for me, I think when it comes to things like this, like you said, you film everything whether you put it out or not. So that's you already on the way. So like for my Disney trip, I know I want to have a full Disney video, and that might be an hour long, and that's cool. We're gonna edit and figure out when we're gonna put it up, just like Yella said. Who knows? A Disney haul full video where I sit down and I show y'all the things that I'm gonna put on while I'm there, or the things that I'm gonna travel with on my way to Disney. That's two
Yeah.
full videos. I didn't even get to Disney yet. Well, the Disney full video is me being at Disney, so I'm getting to enjoy it, and I'm taking video of it while I'm there. But the Disney haul, the full video, it could be 10 minutes, but I'm showing y'all people who's gonna want to see what I'm taking with me to Disney. Everybody loves to go to Disney. I'm gonna take a short video of what I ate at Disney, right? So I'm gonna have the camera, sitting upright versus to the side, and I'm gonna take a short video of everything I ate. So I'm gonna just take a little video when I get something in my hand. I'll just take a quick little video, boom, boom, boom. Put that in a folder in my phone because people will talk about that. Like, how do I keep up with the stuff? I just make a folder right away. I add it to an album right away. Boom, boom, boom. This is for this. I know what this is for. I name the album. Boom. I just keep putting stuff in there and keep on moving. Um, I'm going to Magic Kingdom. I'm making short about that. The little things we did there. I'm going to Animal Kingdom. I'm making short about that. Now I've already said, and when I say make it short, I'm just taking videos of what I'm doing when I'm there. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So now I've already, these are the shorts that I have so far. I have 3 shorts. I have 3 full videos. That's 6 videos. The shorts is going to get a lot more um views than the long form videos right away. The long
Yeah,
form
of
long haul, and that's fine. The short form people is going to want to eat that up because they want to see, they want to see Disney and behind you, behind your neck.
Right.
Okay. So then I'm going to do a pack with me video. That could be a short and a full video, depending on how I feel about it. It could be a voiceover. It could be all of those things. I'm going to do a try-on haul with a little bit of music on the back. And I'm going to put that. I'm going to also put that try-on haul on LTK because I got an LTK link, so people could go hit my LTK
That's a good
and
one.
purchase the little outfits that I'm getting if they want to, right? And I don't
Oh,
have
let
to
me
talk.
add one more. Let me add one more for you. Just because it's Disney and everybody knows Disney, you should do like a quick short, like maybe if you want to be dressed up or not, but ask like about to go to Disney, y'all. Who's your favorite Disney character? Like interacting people. I love question pose. If y'all notice, I just did one about a car. Like, what was your first car? So maybe even that. Like, I'm going to Disney now. Who should I see? Who should I track down? And then people are just gonna anything to engage. So two, if you're a question person, asking questions within your post, especially verbally asking, or just writing it, that can help with engagement as well.
And also we see this trend. There's a trend right now. I should have I did it with my working out, but I should have I probably needed a hug, but I blank blank blank. I could do that video again. I probably need a hug, but I went to Disney. You know what I'm saying? I could do that trend, write it down.
I love that.
um and all of that, and then also my toiletry bag haul with a few brands. Like if I get some brands that hit me back before I'm ready to go, I can do a toiletry bag haul with the brands, putting it in my bag. I don't know if I'm gonna use them. Let's see. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So um those that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 videos doing one thing. That was 11 videos doing one thing. You know what I'm saying? Um, so
Especially if you know, like, be mindful. Like Disney is another big world. Disney, as versatile with an age and what they do, how were you introduced to Disney? So in general, regardless, Disney is popular. So again, knowing that that is, Mo could really take advantage of this whole situation and really get that engagement, that extra engagement, and then people just stay. Usually the formula will work where people stay, see everything else you're doing, and then like, oh, I really like this person. I want to support them. Now let me like, comment, and watch everything.
yeah,
That's
and
the
it does,
goal.
and it does as long as you put your pure genuine personality in all the things that you do. Even if you're doing a special event or whatever, you are gonna keep attract people, and a lot of them will stay. So I think that the biggest thing is that opening our perspective, opening our mind, and not thinking that it's monotonous from the beginning. Like it's not. There's really an array of things you can do around one subject, on a very often, and you don't have to work super hard to do it. I know that everybody doesn't know editing, but also at the same time there are templates on CapCut that y'all can use, and y'all should take advantage of them. And y'all do take advantage of them in certain ways. So y'all can use them in there's a specific search that you can use to look up the templates and then put your your short videos in there and crop them to the place you want them and show them. Now every single video, I'm not gonna lie, every single video you don't want to use that template. But for the short form stuff, the stuff where you showing stuff, like I said, if I'm making a Magic Kingdom short, I'm gonna probably look for a template. The Animal Kingdom short, I'm gonna look for a template. It like Yella said, if I'm say I could use the trend again, probably needed a hug, and then go hug all of the different uh characters and show myself hugging them. Probably need a hug, so I went to Disney and got a hug from blah blah
So,
blah blah.
I
And,
just add to that part too, especially if y'all have stuff coming up that you can. Sometimes this is why I say get a notebook. My biggest thing, get a notebook. I got a notebook with so much stuff and ideas written down because you may not be able to execute it right now. But with certain content, especially if you are wanting to get into vlogging, weekly vlogging, monthly vlogging, you have to prepare ahead. Meaning
mhm,
prepare to go to these
I
places.
got a hug.
Prepare, yeah, prepare to film. So Mo, to execute a lot of some good content creators really this stuff was planned 7 months ago, but you
Mhm,
have to execute it too so it can come out right. So, like Mo said, I can repurpose this. Of course, it's a perfect video. It sounds amazing. Now, Mo has to go out of her way to execute it. When she goes into Disneyland, she has to go find those people. Even if it's just one or two, that's still good. That's perfect. But it's planning ahead that she already is intentionally going into that. So yeah, get a social media notebook and just write down ideas. Even if it's a second, I just need to write it down. Because one, writing stuff down is very powerful. I feel like it's very powerful. It just brings another level of just belief and manifestation and faith to the plan to fully write it down. And then two, you can always reference back to it. When I am running out of ideas or like what do I even have the capability of time wise, energy wise to film. So go, you can always look back at that notebook and be like, oh, here's the ideas I've written. I'm not really in the mood to do this today. I can't do this today because ABC. Oh, you know what? I can do this one soon. Let me plan to do this next week.
yeah.
So great tip of just when you are as you are moving forward in your process, whatever your content looks like. Because I even told Mo, I'm not trying to be online every day. At this point in my life, no, it serves me no purpose to be online every day, and I still enjoy my privacy. And I just still just enjoy a quiet house, gaming. So I don't even stream all my gaming just because I like. Sometimes I just enjoy the. It's just me. It's chilling. It's we don't need to show everything all the time. And there's
Mhm.
some people that are like that. I just want to post a couple times a week if possible at this moment, but that could change. So again, figure out what works for you. Be open to those changes to change your alignment. Like, oh, this is working. Or you know what? I really wanted this because it looked cute, but I tried it out. This is not for me right now. So, yeah, I just want to say like that's a great idea because that's gonna help you guys. What Mo is doing is writing everything down, referencing back to it, plan it ahead. Even if you know that content's not going to be shot in 4 months, but if
Yeah.
you're planning on it, that also gives your audience something to wait for, and then you can announce it or make a story. My husband just booked tickets for us to go for our trip to Miami. Then we're gonna go to PR and St. Martin outside. I don't know anything else yet, but I still posted it so people could know that we're going there, knowing that a vlog will be around that, whether it's one vlog per place, it could be a big vlog. I don't know what I want to do yet, but you know something about to come. So
Mhm.
post it and let people know. You don't have to post it tomorrow. But hey, tune in, follow me, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I think I hope hopefully those things are helpful. I know y'all said it's helpful. Hopefully it's not over information, but I think because this video is gonna live here on Yella's YouTube channel, you guys can always come and look back at it and stuff like that. And when once you start moving forward with actually going through what you know on the on the motivational, I guess, empowerment tip, like make a promise to yourself, and it's fine to make that promise to yourself. And once you start following through on the promises that you make to yourself, it really don't matter if it looks perfect or great, or if you feel like you don't have something to say. Once you start moving forward with the promises that you make to yourself, you're going to build your confidence, you're going to build an understanding with self, and you're going to be able to create those videos that really start to look like what you envision. Because I understand that thought process of like, you're putting it out, but this is not what I had and the more you put it out, the more it's going to start really turning into what you envisioned. And I had ideas for so long, like oh, I want to do talking while I'm doing my workouts, and then I see so many people doing these mic'd up videos. I'm like,
I love it.
boom, and I'm able to see them do it. And now I'm able, because they about 15 years younger than me, so they grew up turning their iPad on, knowing the thing. And I had encyclopedias and such. So now I see it, I'm like, oh, I got the equipment, let me do it. And so I'm doing it, you know what I'm saying? So I think that as long as you promise yourself that you're going to do it and you stick to it, you can get to the next step, and it's totally fine.
Thank you, Amber, for being here with
Yes,
us. And
Amber.
yes, every Sunday. I was gonna say, like, no, that's perfect. In a sense too, just post
You know,
sometimes.
here, if you need help, just hit me in the
Oh
DM.
yes, please. Any questions? I think we both opened the door to just hit us up on the side if you have any quick questions. Not to say that we can answer everything, but if we definitely have it, or we know try to figure out where to guide you to get the answer. Because again, we are doing this together, and I would say this is sometimes we look at the wrong pictures. Again, we're focusing so much on a certain area, we're forgetting other components of the picture. So if you're so focused in television on that video, but think about when people just come to your page because you have posted so much, because it wasn't perfect, they get to know you better. They get a
Yeah,
better idea on who you are and why I want to follow you. And guess what? And then when they come to your page, like I tell Mo, all her old stuff. Now if somebody just falls in love with Mo, we could just binge watch Mo from back then. And again, because Mo is who she is consistently and it is real, you're really gonna love her more because she has been consistent in what she says. And the consistent part is just motivation for everybody. Just be consistent whatever you're doing. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're not going to talk about everything in one video. People probably won't watch the whole video. You may be able, and again, make the same video about like I work in mental health. Mental health could be talked about in a thousand different ways. You can talk about the same topic 10 times and still have 10 different discussions. So do not, again, talk yourself off the stage before you can be celebrated or before you can even perform. Because if you don't perform, how do you even expect anything to happen?
yeah,
So it's okay to be imperfect right now, and we are all in the same boat. We're just trying to figure it out. But that's why we're doing this space so it can be easier and it's not as scary, and you know it's going to come with support because you're connecting with real people that really care.
yeah, absolutely. That's all I got for y'all today. That's it. I hope it works. I
Yeah.
hope you're gonna make y'all next video this week or something. I hope it works.
Next week we are on Moe's, so please follow both of us.
Yes.
Also, if you are subbing, I would say personally let that person know you subbed.
Yeah.
People will not tell you, and if you like somebody and if YouTube just ain't gonna tell you. So if
Yeah.
you support somebody, comment because they're not gonna tell you that this person watched this many hours, this person liked this video. I really only know if somebody watched my stuff directly if they comment, and vice versa. So I always comment on everything, but that's just a tip. But
Yeah.
until next time, we will be back again. Open discussion. We'll talk about May goals. So if you're watching this now or you're here now, come back next Sunday. Let's talk about some goals. Continue to talk about tips, experiences, cover questions. Share this out with other people. And yeah,
Yeah. See y'all next week.
bye guys. Have a good one. Okay. There we go. I was like, okay.